We're good? Sweet as. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'll let you do the intro. Just waiting for you to get back.
When I get back, I can do the intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome to AusTableTalk. My name is Luke, and I'm here at the table with Emerson.
And only Emerson.
And only Emerson.
But I'm here with you, so.
I know, it's totally great. Today, like normally in the lead up to recording, I send out a message in the group chat and just be saying, hey, who's coming? Who's free this week? And I got messages from everyone else saying, I'm sick, I can't, whatever. And so I was like, okay, cool. I waited until after lunch today. And I'm like, no.
So bad at responding to messages.
No one is checking in for today. I'm like, okay, we'll take a rain check. Thanks, everybody. And Emerson's like,
that caught my attention.
No.
Well, it's like this. I have missed the last 2 weeks. Well, I think we all missed.
Yeah, I was sick 1
2
week,
weeks ago,
so we didn't do it yet.
And then I missed last week for a multitude of reasons. And I'm going to be away for the next month. So I'm like,
it's going to be so sad.
It's going to be the worst, but it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Going on a holiday, and I was like, if I miss this week, if we don't do it this week, that's like 7 weeks of no AusTableTalk. I don't think I can do that.
No.
So
That would be a terrible
so
thing.
I twisted your arm dressed. No, I didn't. No.
I was stoked. If you had have said like, "Oh, I'm free," I would have been like, "Yeah, let's do it." But I was like, no response. So, but yeah, okay, cool. I'm glad you checked your phone there.
Yeah. Well, the word rain check really stood out to me.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So you alluded to the fact that you will be holidaying.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
We're going to the Cape, going to Cape York.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you listeners who don't know where that is, that's the pointy part at the top of Australia. If you look at a map, there's like a little pointy part.
Yeah.
It's the most northern point of the Australian continent. So we're going there. And
what's the furthest north you've been before?
Oh, I've been there before.
Oh, you've been there before.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I've done the Cape in 2013, I think.
Okay, so this is your
when I
first
was on
time
my
doing it
L's.
as like a family man.
Yeah.
Take the family sort of deal.
With my own car. Well, I was on my L's the last time I did it. So
Yeah. Okay, that's been a minute.
Yeah. While back. But yeah, I've always wanted to go back. And a group of us have gone. Matt DeRossi, who's recorded on here, he's coming. His brother and a few of us. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
should be good.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's
it'd
gonna
be
be
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. It's going to be an adventure. We're going to spend a lot of money on fuel. For people, if anyone's listening in America, they don't realize like Queensland is huge. Like our states in Australia
It makes Texas look like a parking lot.
enormous. That's right. Like we already live a fair way into Queensland here in Bundaberg.
Yeah.
And from here to
It's like a
Cairns is like
Cairns, yeah.
But to get from here to like Bramwell Station, which is like the beginning of the Cape York sort of adventure, it's 24 and a half hours drive if you were to do it in one go.
Yeah.
Like
Which you're not going to do, I hope.
That's crazy. No, definitely not. It's a long way away. But anyway,
I know.
it's going to be fun.
I remember I drove up to Townsville before, like I went up there, and then we decided that we're going to go to Cairns, so we went to Cairns, and we did the train thing. We trained up to Cairns.
Oh, yep.
And I was like, this is going to be really cool.
Yep.
And then I found out, do you know how long I was on that train?
You always think, oh yeah, Cairns and Townsville, they're like neighbours.
No.
Not at all. They're ages away from each other.
If you were in like Europe, you'd be across a couple of countries.
That's right,
to
literally.
do that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
literally,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I've done some driving around in the States, and it's like, you drive for like 5 hours, you've gone through like 5 states,
Yeah.
There's just that many of them.
Maybe in some areas.
Yeah, it's a bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah. No, anyway. Anyway, that's cool. Looking forward to.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah. When you come back, we'll have to have a little bit of show and tell.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll
show a couple
get some
photos
pictures. Well, I'm not. I don't even know if I'm going to take my phone with me.
Really?
I'm considering just leaving it behind.
Just to be.
I'm just trying to do. I'm going to use this month as a complete purge.
Yeah.
I want to do it like as if we were doing it in like 1990.
Yeah.
Like,
That's cool.
So we're going to take like Jasmine and I are going to have a like one of those disposable film cameras each.
Yeah. Oh,
and we're going to do a photo a day.
Yeah.
We're each going to take a photo a day because they have like, you can take like 25 pictures on them. And that's about how long we're going to be gone for. So
yeah,
it's
that's such a
fun.
cool idea. I love that. I love that.
And then we'll take them and get them printed out and have all of the pictures that you can actually hold on to and look at.
Yeah.
Which I think is fun.
Yeah, that is
back
fun.
to the old days.
I used to love. There is nothing quite like the feeling of getting back actual printed photos and then excitedly looking to see what you actually took, because you don't quite remember because it's been weeks or sometimes even months since you actually shot them, right?
And not only that, but I remember as a kid, like, you get the pictures back and you go, oh, I want to see them. And your parents would be like, don't put your fingers on the pictures. And I'm like, that was like horrible torture as a kid. Like, you can't just like touch them. And like, I'm like, my kids have to go through that. I went through
it. You need to have them to have the same level of trauma.
Right, that's right. Got to pass it on. Anyway.
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
Not parenting advice.
Yeah. Thankfully. Oh, man. Well, before we launch into the topic for tonight, I think it's time for Reels and Feels.
Reels and Feels.
So we have a couple of things. I'm just going to jump away from this table to that table so I can press buttons because we have no producer tonight. So
you gonna swap over to that camera?
Yeah. Well, when they need to look.
I'm in the frame too. Hey, cool.
It will buzz, but
Oh yeah, that's fine. Apologies for the sound quality.
yes, this microphone is being a little bit buzzy. So, hi. So this is
It's really buzzy.
yeah. Real. Oh, is it really bad? Oh, hang on. If
pretty
I touch
bad.
it, it's got an earthing issue. If I touch it, it should get a little better.
It is a bit better.
Okay, this is kind of like some weird like old school Hollywood thing where like I'm in the foreground and you're blurring in the background. This is crazy. All right, let's go back to this one. Hey. All right, so the first of these, is thanks to Emerson. So Emerson, I'll let you introduce the first one.
This is the real. Enjoy.
I really strive to be a biblically based woman. Oh, you mean a Proverbs 31 woman? Yes. I really strive to be a biblical.
Okay, so for the people who are listening, maybe she's like standing there holding a hammer and a
Tent peg.
A tent peg, that's right. And then just like puts them behind her back and goes, yes.
Yeah. So that particular story is in the Book of Judges, and Jael is a woman who offers aid to the enemy king who is looking for somewhere to hide, and while he's asleep, she literally hammers
Pegs
a
him.
tent peg through his head.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that not the Proverbs 31 woman.
Not
This
the
is,
type of biblically based woman.
yeah, this is the Judges style
pretty
biblical
funny.
woman. All right. Now, next one. All right.
Oh yeah, so this
Australia
one
is going
sorry.
to ditch.
Sorry.
I do want to introduce this one. So
Okay.
this one I'm like fully on board with, because he's saying that like Australia is getting rid of our national colours, which are green and gold, and I think his idea of a colour to replace them is just brilliant and very Australian. So watch.
Are they actually getting rid of them though?
I have no idea. It might be he might have just had a good idea, so he made it up. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, let's hear what
But
he has to
either
say.
way, I think this is a better idea.
Right. Okay, let's do it then.
Yeah.
The green and gold, because Brazil, South Africa, Jamaica all rep green and gold. So idea number 3 is to create a new national colour palette, something much more unmistakably Aussie. Khaki.
Yeah.
There it is.
You can see here
I
that
don't mind
we'll
the-
keep green
I
and
don't mind
gold
the
as a
design.
secondary colour. So you can imagine
not
our
like-
national sides running out
I see
looking
the
like
meaning
Steve
of it,
Irwin,
but,
looking like they
Yeah,
just
the Steve
installed a
Irwin thing,
Rolls-Royce.
like, hits
I think
home.
it would
Yes, yeah,
massively
exactly.
strengthen our national identity.
Yes. Khaki for Australia.
There you go.
Let's get on to it. Let's get on board with this idea. I love it.
I'll be honest. As a kid, when I was watching like soccer matches, and like where there was that one in the World Cup where Brazil and Australia were playing each other.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah,
admit,
who's who?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, even though basically the ones that play well, they're the ones that are Brazil, right? But
It's brutal, but true.
look, to be fair, for anyone who actually cared about soccer and was around at that time, that Australian team was like the most legendary.
That is the best we've ever been. Yeah,
we were
those
so
days.
good. Yeah, Viduka, cool, like all of those guys, they just absolutely crushed it. Okay, now last one here.
I got to watch one of Tim Cahill's last games, like
Oh,
right
did ya?
before he retired. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
with my
he
brother,
was.
which was cool.
Yeah. What a weapon. All right. Does this one need any premise?
No, this was a good one. This is fun. So
She's swapping them out.
she's in the church. She'll find someone who's sitting on their phone, grab it out of their hands and put a Bible in their hand, and just walks off with their phone. Just takes it.
Yeah, the thing that gets me is these people are so calm. If someone came up and snatched my phone off me,
No, this is something. This lady's been doing this for years.
yeah,
you
can
can
like,
tell.
This is
They're
this
not
is a regular.
surprised by it.
Yeah. She's one of the people. She's got the credibility in the church family where she can
That's
get
right.
away with it.
Yeah, everybody loves this lady.
Yeah. I like that. That's the only lady in the video. She's just
like,
not having
"No,
it. Yep.
You're not taking my
Not
phone.
having it. Yeah, not here for this.
Oh dear.
All right, cool. Well, I have just a couple here. This one is a picture, so it's not even a video to watch. But I just thought this guy just is so cool, right? 20-year-old man discovers unclaimed territory and declares himself its president. Oh dear. Hang on, we can do this. Cool. Yeah. So this is amazing. It actually gives a little bit of an explanation here. Peeper, in 2019, a 20-year-old from Australia. He is an Australian. Just let's own this for a second. From Australia, stepped onto a stretch of unclaimed land between Croatia and Serbia, and declared it a new country. He called it the Free Republic of Virtus and named himself its first president. Daniel Jackson discovered the 7 square kilometer area known as Gornja Siga, I'm guessing.
It's not a small area either.
No, it's not 7 square
have
kilometers.
a bunch of people living in there.
Which had been left out of the official border treaties. After planting a green and yellow flag, he announced plans for an eco-friendly micronation focused on renewable energy and nature conservation. Although no government recognizes Virtus, Jackson created a constitution, began issuing digital citizenships, and attracted a small online community of supporters. Now Virtus exists more in spirit than in soil. BBC News. Don't you just love this guy's...
So good.
Just the approach here is just fantastic.
I wonder if, has he stuck to it? Is this still a thing?
I don't know.
Because it sort of seems like they're saying he faded off into history, but I wonder if he really stuck to it, he could make it actually happen.
Well, there was a guy. There was a guy who lived not too far from where I used to live in a place called Bargo not Bargo. Sorry, excuse me. It was Bargo. Anyway, not too far from Bargo in New South Wales, and he found a hole in the Australian Constitution that you were allowed to claim any piece of land that you could crown land that you could row around in a day. And so he hooked up horses to a boat trailer and rode and got the horses to drag him around this multi-square kilometer piece of property out in the bush and declared it his own country.
Oh, no way.
He refused to pay taxes. It was his thing.
I think I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah.
There was the what's the one in he named himself the king and he seceded from the government and started his own country.
I don't know.
Oh, what was it called? I don't remember. But he had a flag and passports and
The full deal.
yeah.
Well, anyway, let me
look
let me go on to my my last one. This guy, he's jacked, which is cool, but that's not the point. Watch what he does.
No way. This guy's got too much time on his hands.
Yeah.
He could have started his own country. The amount of time it took him to practice this.
He probably should have.
That's so crazy.
Just the amount of coordination, speed, all of the things.
He spends all of his time working out and practicing this.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all he possibly has time for.
No family, no job. This is actually in the basement of his gym.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, there is like absolutely no real value to that video aside from the fact, oh damn, I did not show anybody that video. That was them watching us.
Oh no, they didn't even see it.
Hi guys, really sorry. I will show you.
play it
That
one
would
more
be
time,
so
play it one more
confusing. I am so sorry.
We didn't even describe what he was doing.
All right. Yeah.
He throws the bottle,
Yeah, and pins it. Right?
pins it against the wall with a
Yes.
screwdriver. And he's not close to that wall.
No.
Man, he throws it hard.
That's not even like an aluminium can. That's like a soup tin. It's a totally different kind of steel.
And what's this, an orange? A mandarin?
Orange, yeah.
That's crazy. Alright,
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Mission accomplished.
played it too many times now.
I've made it. I have made my point.
We've got that tune stuck in our head.
All right, cool. Let's return to our place of residence.
I gotta find the name of this micronation real quick. Micronation Australia.
Because the one thing's for sure, Australia is not a micronation.
No.
I'm back.
What's it called? Oh yeah. The Hutt River Province.
Hutt River Province.
Hutt River Province. Look it up.
Okay.
He was sick of paying taxes or something similar to the other guy.
Yeah.
I think he was in South Australia. You'd have to look it up. And he seceded from the government, started his own country. He had like a huge property, like he's a farmer. Started his own country, like had residents, had his own laws, a flag. He named himself the king.
Yep. And he had people living there?
He had people living there.
Yeah.
And they were his citizens. Yeah. It was around for ages, and then I think he passed away. But he lived to be like really old too, so it was around for a while.
Yeah.
He passed away, and I
What
think
area?
I don't
Oh, you
remember.
didn't find that
I
out?
feel like
Okay.
it was in South Australia,
South Australia. Okay.
but you'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There we go. Right. So, question.
yeah.
What do you think is, like, if you had to rank the, like, top 3 or 4 chapters in the Bible that are absolutely foundational to our understanding of reality, what would they be?
Foundation of reality. Well, it'd be Genesis 1,
Mm-hmm.
creation.
Yep.
And then it would be Genesis 3, which we're about to do, which is the fall of man and the curse.
Yep.
What did you say, top 3?
Yeah. I said 3 or 4. And
Really, like,
sorry, you go.
those two sum up, like, our reality.
Mm.
I'm just trying to think of, like, maybe Matthew 24.
24. I was thinking the same thing. Matthew 24, maybe.
Just because of the times that we live in?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. As in, like, that is the start, and maybe Matthew 24, and then, maybe like Revelation 21.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good list.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so. And the reason that I asked that question is because I knew we were talking about about Genesis chapter 3 today. And it just occurred to me how often we return to it. Like, it's hard for us to get past 2 or 3 episodes without going back there for some reason.
Yeah.
And there's a good reason for that, right? It's
Well, like you said, it's foundational. Yeah, it is foundational to our understanding of where we are, why we're here, how we got here, who we are.
So you suggested looking at this. Was there an event or a discussion that triggered it?
Well, it just seems like every time I hear someone else talk about the temptation, Satan's original temptation, and they just open up more and more layers of depth to it. The fall of man and the curse, like the curse that God put on us, there's just a lot of depth to that. And I'm just like, there's a lot to unpack from this chapter, so it'd be good to do an episode or maybe a few episodes on it, depending on how far in we get.
Yeah.
And then, I was just looking at it just now, and I'm like, it's basically the entirety of Genesis 3. So we're just going to do a deep dive into that.
Yeah. Sure. So how about we start reading and like, how do you want to break it up? We'll go from verse 1 to...
Oh. Let's read to verse 3.
3? Yeah, okay, 3. Sure. Now the serpent was
Yes.
more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die.
Mm. So, first of all, what's with the tree, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, God, it's the only instruction that was given.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Because these people were made perfect, in perfect harmony with God, living according to the will of God. And so he puts this tree in there and he says, don't touch this tree, which is kind of a rule that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Mm.
I've touched on this point a few times. It's one of my favorite points.
Because it's arbitrary.
It is, right? Like, why do it? You know, you've got these people, they're living in perfect harmony. Let them do it. Let them live, right? And I always like to compare it to the Sabbath commandment.
Yep.
Because it's the one in there, like all the other commandments, looking at it from God's perspective, it's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then even you could say, like, dedicate a day to me, to worship me, makes a lot of sense. But the specificity of it has to be the seventh day.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Why?
Pick a day.
Yeah.
Right? And I also like comparing it to the sacrifice of Cain and Abel, right? Where it's like, well, Cain was like, oh, I'm supposed to sacrifice something to God. And in order to sacrifice, it has to be something that I care about. And so God said to do a lamb. But I don't care about lambs. And so I love God. I'm going to want to actually sacrifice something. And I love my vegetables that I've grown in the garden. So I'm going to sacrifice them because that makes more sense to me, right? And God goes, no, you disobeyed me.
Yeah.
And you can see where God's priorities are. It's like, okay, if I'm going to make these people, I have to give them like the option to disobey.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You
all.
know?
Yeah.
And
There's dignity of choice there.
That's right. If I do, like, if you tell me to do a bunch of things and they all make perfect logical sense, I'm just going to do them.
Yep.
And I'm not going to do them because I'm being obedient to you.
There's no trust relationship.
I'm going to do them because they make sense.
Yeah.
Right?
You would have potentially done it without me telling you, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
obedience is,
It's no test of loyalty then.
it's not there.
If it's totally logical and in your best interest, then there's no test of loyalty involved. You're
That's
just
right.
acting in your own interest.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so, like, have you heard the story of the father and the son, and the father goes away for a long time, but he's laid out the blueprints for his property. And he said, you know, we're going to put the house here, the kitchen here. We're going to put a barn over here and a shed here for the tractor. We're going to put the well up there on the side of the hill and blah, 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 right? And the son goes, oh, well, the house goes there because there's a good view and it's flat. The barn goes there because it's going to keep the moisture out of the hay best. You know, the shed's going to go there because it's close to the field for the tractor. And the well is going on the side of the hill. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We're going to walk up the hill every time. So I'm going to put it down here, right?
Yeah.
And when the father comes back, he says, you didn't put the well where I told you to put the well. He said, it didn't make any sense. I put it down here because of these really good reasons. And the father says, you disobeyed me in every single thing, right? Because you only were obedient. Well, you only did what I said because it made sense, not because you were being obedient. So it's like, this is sort of the mindset where God's coming from, where if you have these people living in perfect harmony, just perfectly living in your will, like, free will is sort of a bit of a blurry
An illusion.
right? And so he goes, okay, I'm going to put this tree here and I'm going to say, don't touch the tree. And they're going to go, what? Why? Right? But they're not going to touch the tree because they love me and they're obedient to me. And so they're going to do what I say because they're loyal. But as we're going to read, it doesn't last very long.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Right?
I think.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. I I don't know. There may be other ways to look at it, but
Yeah, that's
from-
the way I look at it. And
from my perspective, I think of it in a similar way to you mentioned the Sabbath, but I think it in a similar way to the Sabbath. In that, if God gives us a command that is arbitrary, it engenders trust. We have to trust Him in order to do it, and so it makes it an actual test, right? Whereas otherwise, it wouldn't necessarily be a test.
Yep.
The other way I looked at this is that. And this one, I'm not as, don't take this one as, ultimate truth, but this is an idea that I've played with. And that is, in order for free will to be a real thing, you need, if they did not have the tree, there was nothing around them that would give them any opportunity to separate themselves from God. And so God didn't want them to separate themselves from Him, but if He did not give them a test of obedience, they would essentially, Satan could then accuse God much the same way he accused Job.
I don't know. I don't think that's entirely true.
No,
because
that's why I said this is soft.
Satan was the first one to sin, and
he didn't have anything.
He had pride, right?
Yeah.
So there wasn't I assumed there was something in heaven that was like an arbitrary rule that you shouldn't break, right? That's just the way that God works, so it makes sense. Let's say there was. Satan never broke that rule, right? Pride was found in his heart. So that could have happened for Adam and Eve as well. Like they could have, free will was there. But like I said, free will was there, but it was a bit of a hazy, blurry line, right? A bit of an illusion.
Yep.
And so God just wanted to clear things up because at this stage, Satan's in rebellion. He's just created this new planet, right? It's got to be clear whose side Adam and Eve are on.
Yeah.
So he chucks a tree in there. That's sort of like a bit of a guess, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah. I was just rereading here. Talks about the serpent being more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God has made, right? So
what's that mean?
Well,
cunning.
Yes. The thing that I wanted to touch on first is that God made him, right? So this is a part of God's creation that has somehow gone wrong. And the idea of cunning, I can't remember the exact translation, what the Hebrew there was getting at, but the idea of subtlety is another word that's used as a translation for that word cunning. So he has the ability to shape the truth or shape perceptions of reality in ways that benefit his motives, whatever they might be, right?
A bit tricky.
Yeah, a bit tricky. So he was cunning, and he said to the woman, "Has God indeed said you shall not eat of every tree of the garden?" He doesn't start by saying God's wrong. He starts by asking a question, encouraging dialogue, getting her to play with him on his own terms, right?
Yeah.
Has God indeed said that you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And that's true enough, right? God said, yeah, sure, eat anything. But he also then said, apart from that one.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what's interesting is he asks a question he already knows the answer to.
Yes.
And that happens again later on in this story, but not from Satan. God does the same thing when he comes down. He says, where are you? And he knows exactly where they are.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just they're both.
But she corrects him, right? So she
So clever.
And she said, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Did God say don't touch it?
No.
No. So either the Bible is giving us an incomplete record of what God has said, or Eve is overstating God's requirements.
Yeah. She's exaggerating it.
Yeah, exaggerating it.
Yeah.
Which kind of puts her on shaky ground, right?
Uh-huh.
Because then if she's obviously going to see it, she's obviously going to touch it in just a minute now. And nothing happens to her.
Yeah.
Right? So she's undermining her own position.
All right, where are we up to?
Verse 4.
Then the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die, for God knows that in the day that you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So he's mixed a bit of truth in there because they do learn the difference between good and evil.
Yeah.
But they do not become like God.
No.
Nope. they become further separated from God.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the most like God we've ever been was Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Before the fall, right?
It's all been downhill from there, right?
Mhm.
It's just called the fall.
Yeah, for a reason. Also, he says just straight up, you will not surely die, right?
It's just a straight up lie.
Yeah, direct lie,
Yeah.
right there. And one of the things that I find interesting is that this is a persistent lie, not just
This
then.
is one that he has not stopped telling.
Yeah, still today,
Yeah.
right? The doctrine of the immortality of the soul. You know, we talked a little bit about that recently. That very idea is foundational to a lot of the problems that we see where people are believing that somehow they are immortal, and the people, everybody is immortal regardless of their choices. It's not conditional.
Yeah.
It's a consistent line.
You see throughout Satan's strategies throughout the history, he's like, he doesn't care how you think you're immortal. He just wants you to think that there's life after death. And if you look up the percentage of how many people in the world believe in life after death, it's big, right? A lot of people believe that there's life after death. And life after death essentially means no death, just life.
Yeah.
It just goes on and on and on. And so he's got it in, like I said, you go to heaven when you die, you go to hell when you die, you are reincarnated, you become a ghost and you haunt your family. You know, like there's all of these different deceptions, but they're all us telling the same thing. It's like, no, my ways doesn't lead to death. Because he's trying to convince the universe that his way is good. And God's saying, no, Lucifer's way leads to death. And he's saying, no. Doesn't lead to death.
Yeah.
Right. Up until the point where like demons will pretend to be your dead ancestors.
Yeah.
To convince you that, when you die, you become a ghost.
Yeah.
You know? Just more lies. Lies and deceit.
Verse 5, he says, for God knows that in the day you eat it, your eyes will be open, just what you were just reading just before. So verse 6, so when the woman saw the tree, it was good for food and pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Ba-bum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even as a kid reading that, I just felt how dumb that moment was. I would love to think that if it was me in that moment, I would not have done that. I can't guarantee that, but I would love to think that I would not have done that.
Yeah, well, for that, like, I go, I wouldn't do that. I wasn't born yesterday.
They were.
They were.
Actually, I wonder what the time gap would be.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
I've heard some people like the people on the conspiracy theorist end of the spectrum, so to speak.
The Christianity spectrum?
Yeah, on the Christianity spectrum, hypothesized that it was about 30 years before the fall.
Why? That's ridiculous. Well, hang on. Hang on a minute. What did God tell them to do?
Be fruitful and?
Multiply. How long does it take you to be fruitful and multiply?
Not long.
Not long. Right? They hadn't had any kids yet.
Yeah, exactly.
It couldn't have been that long.
Yeah, so we're going to say less than a month.
I don't know. I'm going to say less than 9 months.
True. So but by the way, the reasoning that you want to know the reasoning. I don't want to contribute.
I want to know.
I don't want to contribute to heresy here, but because I don't believe this. But their reasoning is if you take the great week of history, this concept.
Oh yeah,
right?
the millennial week.
Yes,
Yep.
right. So by their summary of that, the reason that Jesus didn't die in that he died in
AD 20.
AD 33 or whatever. Yeah.
Threw me off there for a second as well.
Yeah, I know. What am I talking about? So that means that's why it wasn't at 0 BC because
Yeah, but 0, that doesn't, hang on a minute. That doesn't make any sense.
I
Zero
know.
BC is a made-up number.
Yeah, it is based on his birth, so it can't have. So
They
then
counted
zero
like
BC would have been
300
earlier.
years later. Like the
Yeah.
Jesuit priest came and was like, "Oh, when was Jesus born? I think it was this year. So we're going to make this the year 300."
Yeah,
That
yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
yeah. So, but anyway,
Anyway.
their calculation is based on the fact that in order for us to get to like an even 1,000 for like one to be 7,000 years for salvation history,
Yep.
would require it to be 30 years between the creation and fall.
Mm-hmm.
So I think their math is terribly flawed and their theology is even more flawed, but that's how they get there.
Dear.
Anyway, so just going back.
I'll
sorry.
just say I hope they're right because they think that Jesus is coming 2026,
Yes.
and I do hope they're right.
Oh, 2026? No, 20.
Yeah, next year. Millennial Weekers think it's 2026 because time will be cut short.
Oh, because, okay.
Yeah.
The cut short.
At least the people that I've talked to about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, I don't think they're right. But I hope they are.
Yeah, the sooner the better. Right?
That's right.
Okay, so she ate it, and the thing that I always look at here also is that her husband with her. At no point does Adam speak up here, but he's there.
Yeah, it says that he's with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always remember like the storybooks when I was a kid. Like it shows her like running away and like going and finding Adam and say, "Hey, you got to try this."
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know? It says he was with her.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly like he was standing there as well listening, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Probably
But
reading
whatever
into it
the
too much.
reason, he obviously knew what he was doing,
Yeah.
right? Like he was not an innocent bystander here. And if anything, if he was, I tend to think that he was there listening, like aware of what was going on based on
Yeah.
the text, to be honest. That's how I read
They
that.
would have been pretty inseparable.
Yeah. Well, why not, right?
Yeah.
But I think he is like even more at fault because he watched it happen and he let it happen,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, there's a talking snake, man. You gotta give him a bit of a like. This is a talking snake.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
And you
to
don't
them.
know very much about the universe. You haven't been around very long. You're, oh, this is a talking snake. Like, it doesn't say that they're like, a talking snake. Like, the snake comes up and starts talking to them. They just go, yeah, this is what he said.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but that's an interesting thought. Like, there'd probably be a lot of things that
Like, everything's new to them.
everything's new, and
That's
so
right.
nothing's
Nothing's
worth
surprising.
freaking out, and
That's
they
right.
don't have a sense of fear because there's no danger.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no danger that they're aware of.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I do wonder, like, did God or the angels did they warn them that tell them about this shady character that was hanging around? I don't know.
I don't know.
I wish I knew the answer.
The story is incredibly rushed through.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, they just rush it. Like, when Moses wrote this,
So
he was like,
Hebrew of them.
let's get this story over and done with so that we can talk about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yeah.
Our fathers.
Yeah. Got to tell our story.
That's right. Anyway, where are we up to?
Verse
7?
ish. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. All right. The first thing that they feel. How do you feel if you're standing there naked?
Shame.
Shame.
Mm.
First thing they feel is shame.
Mhm.
Right? So instantly this gives me, well, should give everyone an understanding of sin. Like, right? If you're doing something that makes you feel ashamed, it's sin.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
If you're ashamed of it,
Sin.
it's sin.
Mhm.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the easiest way to tell if you're doing something sinful.
Mhm.
Um,
Sometimes I think it's worth saying there that shame can be misplaced as well.
how so? Elaborate.
So I say this because I have seen this even in my family where sometimes the programming that you receive means that you feel ashamed of yourself for doing things that are totally normal and not sinful.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's possible for people to be miscoded, right?
Yeah, I get that.
So I'm just putting that out there in case someone's reading it and being like,
Yeah.
oh man, I always feel like guilt for doing this or shame for doing this. And yeah, it must be a sin, but it's actually not. So
Yeah.
I just qualifying that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm talking more of the things that you try and keep secret, your secret sins that you're doing for a long time. Like it's secret because it's shameful,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
it's shameful because it's sin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
Yes.
getting at.
Yeah.
But thank you. Yeah, that's good.
So the eyes. Sorry.
Their eyes were open and they knew that they were naked,
Yes.
right? So
So that implies that they were not ashamed of their nakedness prior.
yeah,
So I don't know where you stand on this, and I don't think this particularly matters from a salvation standpoint. But in the book of Psalms, it describes God as being clothed in light,
yep,
right? And in Genesis, it describes us as being made in the image of God. And so I think there's a fair case to be made for the idea that we as human beings were clothed with light in some degree. I don't know what they would look like, but to some degree they were clothed. So I don't think it was that they were yes, they were naked, and yes, that was a weird thing.
Yeah.
But the light was gone.
Where's God's light come from? Like biblically, righteousness, holiness, right? And so they had righteousness and holiness before they sinned. So yeah, it stands to reason they sinned, and then their righteousness and holiness disappeared, and then the light disappeared with it.
Yeah.
Again, it's a bit of speculation, but there's a good case to be made for it.
And I think it's interesting that their first response was to go and sew fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. Yeah.
Well, they didn't have much time. God was on his way. Like he came at the same time every afternoon.
Yeah. And you've never had an opportunity. You've never had the need to learn how to sew.
That's right.
This is
right.
the new
I
thing.
mean, they had very developed brains.
Oh yeah.
So they were geniuses. And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna cover ourselves." And so they found some nice big leaves, sewed them together, covered themselves up. Right? And also, it's a bit of camouflage too.
Yeah.
Like if you're like hunting or you're trying to hide in the bush, what do? You cover yourself in sticks and
like
twigs and leaves and like a ghillie suit, right?
So,
I think there's something to be said for that. Like they were hiding from God.
yeah.
They've covered themselves in leaves.
We do the same thing, you know, like when, I don't know about you, but when I have done something that I know is wrong, my immediate response in my relationship to God is to feel distance and the desire to hide from him. And not because I think he's going to exact punishment, but because of the shame, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I've done this thing and I don't want to have to face the fact that I did that thing. And the closer I am to God, the more aware I am of my inadequacy. Right. And I just think that this is not a new thing.
Experience.
Yeah. Yeah. But it shouldn't be. What should what's the right?
We should run back to God every time we fall.
Yeah.
I mean, the right thing is to not fall, but I mean that's not going to happen. So
yeah. But the point is, I think the story of the prodigal son is a great picture of that. Right. At any point, was the father not waiting for the son to come home?
No, he was always waiting. Yeah.
Always.
He was always hoping.
Yeah. And also the whole time he was when he's on his way back to his father, he's rehearsing to himself. I'm going to say this. You know, I'm not worthy to be called your son anymore.
I'm going to have to convince him to let me back in.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. But in the mind of the father, at no point did his son become a hired servant. At no point did his son become disgusting. And no. At no point did he stop being son.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we have to remember, that when we feel distance from God, some people say, oh, well, you know, if you feel distance from God, then it's not him that moved, it's you. I object to that personally, because I actually think that it's our perception of his absence, right? He's not actually...
I don't think, the distance hasn't changed at all.
The distance hasn't changed.
Yeah,
right?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we up to?
Verse 8. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord among the trees of the garden. Isn't that really interesting that they heard the sound of the Lord walking? We get the impression that this is a regular thing, right?
Yeah.
This is an experience that they had, and they could hear
They're used to
whatever God's footsteps must sound like, right?
Yep. Yeah. Man.
So then God called out to Adam and said to him, "Where are you?" So he said, "I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree which I commanded you should not eat?" Then the man said, "The woman whom you gave me, you gave to be with me, she gave me of that tree, and I ate." Idiot.
Dude. What would have happened if Adam ran to the feet of God, confessed what he did, and begged for forgiveness?
Ugh.
What would have happened?
The same thing in the end,
Yeah,
because Jesus still had to die for that sin,
100%.
right? But how much easier would that process have been?
But it might have been only that sin. You reckon? I don't know.
I don't know. Do you reckon maybe Jesus would have died then and there and it's just been over with?
I don't know. I think if... I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to say what God would have done.
Yeah, we can't know.
We can't know. But it would have definitely... If Adam had shown instant remorse and anguish about what he had done, like it would have not looked very good for Satan.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas what happens here is Satan's like, "Oh, they've come over to my side."
Yep.
And Adam's like making excuses, this, that, and the other, trying to talk his way out of it. But not really showing like a huge amount of anguish and remorse. You know?
Yeah.
And it's not making the sin look as bad. And
Yeah.
the whole reason that God's let this whole thing play out, again, this is a lot of speculation in this episode. I apologize for all the speculation, but this is my Bible fan theories, you know.
Okay.
The whole reason that God's letting this sin problem play out is so that everyone can see how horrible it is. And I don't know, in my mind, it would have looked a lot worse for Satan's side if Adam and Eve had both just anguish and remorse for what they had done. You know,
Yes.
"Forgive us, Lord, forgive us. We have sinned against you. We've separated ourselves from you. We've done wrong." You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think the interesting thing about,
Everyone's going to have words for Adam and Eve when we all meet up.
Yeah. Can you imagine the weight of that responsibility when they see it? Like, well, they saw a lot of it,
They
right?
saw so much of it.
900
years of it.
Yeah. But the thing here, I think, is there's a process, not a progress. There's a process. So there is sin, shame, blame, right? Sin, shame, blame. So once they feel the shame, they cannot bear their own shame. They need to cast it somewhere. And what indirectly, Adam's process there is, this woman that you gave me.
Blames both of them.
Yeah, that's right. So he's like casting it off firstly onto Eve. Like, she's the one that gave it to me. But he
doesn't blame the serpent at all, does he?
No, he doesn't. He then blames God that you gave me. So if you had have done a little bit better in the lady creation game, I would have probably not been in these shoes right now, is kind of the implication.
It's just
And then it gets
a debacle.
It actually, you know what? The blame does get back to Satan, though, right?
Yep.
So, verse. And I 8, verse 13, and the Lord said to the woman, "What is this you've done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." And so the blame shifts from Adam to Eve to God to serpent.
She now knows. Like it's interesting. She says the serpent deceived me.
Yeah.
Because she now knows, I'm going to die. She knows that was a lie.
Yep.
She knows, I'm not like God. I'm less.
Yeah.
She knows that was a lie, right? So, like immediately after it happened, they realized, like they don't think, the serpent was like, this isn't how I thought it'd play out, but maybe he's still right.
Yeah.
They know, like as soon as it happens, they're like,
But you see the foundation of
that wasn't true at all.
That's the surface level lie.
Yeah.
The foundational lie, I don't think I know. I know. The foundational lie was still in place. And the foundational lie was that you can't trust God.
Yep.
right? The foundational lie is
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
God is holding something back from you that would be in your best interest.
Yep.
And that is what they seem to be holding on to because they're relating to God like a taskmaster here when that's not even how he's posturing himself towards them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the hiding from him. I know we said
Yeah.
it's from shame, but it's also from a sense of distrust.
Yeah, they don't trust that God has their best interest in
That's
heart
right.
at that point.
That's
Yeah.
right. And this is exactly how Satan deceived a third of the angels of heaven.
Yeah.
Because they never knew any different. So as soon as someone said something different, that's the first time they ever thought different, right? Satan says, God's not doing it the best. I could do it better.
Yeah.
And then they go, I've never heard that before. Maybe it's true.
Yes.
They don't know any different. And it's the same thing for them. They don't know any different. They thought, all they know is God.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they know. They know God and his creation.
Yep.
And they know each other, But their main thing is God. We are creations of God. God's our guy. We are in this God relationship.
Yeah.
And then someone says, "Oh, God's not that great." Oh, really? Tell me why.
Yeah.
Right?
Grab that sensational headline.
That's right.
Interesting. All right. So
But we can do it. We can do this the opposite way around when we're witnessing to people.
Mhm.
People who've only ever known the world.
Yeah.
Right? All they've known is the world. They think, happiness comes from lots of parties, maybe drugs, alcohol, depending, on the person. Maybe it's, whatever your proclivity is. And that's all they know. And then we go and say, hey, this is a better way of doing things. And if that's the first time they've ever heard it, well, they might go, tell me more.
Yeah.
And that does happen a lot,
Yeah.
So it works both ways. Anyway.
True.
Just
And
thought it was an
I
interesting
do
point.
think that this undergirding lie of the distrust of God, I think that is another. We talked a lot about different recurring themes in this discussion so far, but I think that's another one that we see over and over again because you go throughout the time we're living in right now. Let's say,
Yep.
the reason that so many people reject God, I'm on the same page as a bunch of atheists,
Yep.
right? Because they have rejected the same God that I've rejected.
Yeah.
It's just I happen to believe that there is a God that looks totally different to that God.
Mm.
That's the difference. And why do these people hold that view of God? Well, it's because people gave it to them. It's
Yeah.
because of the Christians that gave it
Yeah.
to them, right? It's our responsibility. And the reason that Christians gave that to them is because we got our theology so messed up
Yeah.
that we are painting a picture of God that doesn't exist. And that's what happened. I would say it is getting perpetuated now. There are still people groups, there are the churches out there that are preaching a God that doesn't exist. But the source of that is that the theology got so messed up in the Dark Ages and it just got passed on and passed on and passed on and passed on. And we see vestiges of that in so many churches that are still today. And, that's, of course, going to reap the same rewards that Satan was going for right here in the garden.
Yeah.
We see the same thing.
Yeah. Wow. What are we up to? Verse 13?
14. The curse. We're coming up on an hour, so maybe let's just deal with the curse and we'll call that the end
I
of
don't
this
think we read
episode.
13.
Yeah, what have you done? The serpent deceived me and I ate.
we have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be gone for a month, so
You reckon we just
I don't
keep
want you to do this next episode without me.
well, we can just go along. Who's with us? We want you to put. Yeah.
You can listen to this in 2 parts.
Yes, that's right. You can hit pause.
Yeah, that's right.
If
it's
you're
too much,
that
stop
desperate.
it now and listen to the rest tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So the Lord said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed more than all cattle. And cattle just means animals, right?
Yeah. Land animals.
Yeah, land animals. And more than every beast of the field, again, just all the land animals. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity. What's enmity mean?
Enmity, like an adversarial stance, and anger between the two of you.
Yeah. Between you and the woman, between your seed and her seed. And you shall bruise, he shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. What's that talking about?
This section
Because
is
the first part makes all sense, right?
Mm.
All right, I'm going to put you on your belly so you're going to eat dirt.
yeah.
That sucks, right? You curse more than all the animals.
Yeah.
That sucks, right?
Yeah.
We put enmity between you and the woman.
Mhm.
Like that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
We still see that. Women hate snakes.
Yeah.
right?
I think the application is slightly
it's
broader
not
than that.
really
but
the
yeah.
same thing. What's this last bit about? He
He. So
shall bruise your head,
Mm.
and you shall bruise his heel.
well,
I thought we were talking about the woman.
yeah, we were, but it says your seed and her seed.
Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
we've got her seed being set up here as someone in the indeterminate future
Mhm.
that would be a descendant
Be a man.
of this woman.
Yep.
Yeah. He would be a man. And he would bruise your head, and you would bruise his heel.
Mm.
That word "bruise," this translation, is yours "bruise" too? Is that what it
Yep.
says? Yeah.
I think we got the same one.
Yeah, same translation. Some translations render that "crush."
Yep.
Right, so it's not just I have a bruise,
Yeah.
but it is a crush injury.
Mm.
So let me ask you: would you prefer to have a
your head crushed or your heel?
yeah?
It's like so. It's basically saying like
One is lethal, one is
you're
not.
going to be killed, and I'm going to be slightly wounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this person, this deliverer, that would finally put an end to the serpent, and all of what the serpent does from
Yeah.
henceforth is the promise of salvation to Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah. And so this is the first messianic
First
prophecy.
messianic prophecy. Yep.
Yep.
Promise of the Messiah.
Which is crazy because they haven't even repented yet.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah. Wow.
this is God.
He's already saying like, I've
Yeah.
got this plan in place.
Yeah.
But like, what if they never repented?
Plan's still in place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, and this is where people get it all messed up because so many people misunderstand salvation when it says that Christ died for all.
Yep.
Listen to me. Christ died for all,
Yeah.
right? It's not a limited atonement. It's unlimited atonement.
Mm.
And when we understand that's it, yes, we can avoid salvation, absolutely, but
Yeah.
we got to work for that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's still a gift that's offered to you.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not like,
absolutely.
I'm going to give the gift to my chosen people.
Yeah.
The gift is offered to everybody.
Mhm.
Anyone who accepts it has it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that? Just the way you said that. It was like, I watched this reel and the guy goes, he died to give us freedom from sin, not freedom to sin. It's very similar to the way you said that. Anyway.
Yes.
All right, cool.
So what about the rest of the curse, though?
So he cursed the snake, right? Now he's going to curse the woman. To the woman he says, I will greatly multiply your sorrow, your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Man, what would a childbirth been like before the fall?
I've wondered this on more than one occasion, or at least twice, because I have two children.
Oh man, my second born was very easy for my wife. It was a 2.5 hour labor. I mean, it wasn't very easy,
That's
but like
crazy.
compared to a lot, it was a 2.5 hour labor, and Audrey, she just fell out. Like Jasmine wasn't even pushing,
Yeah.
right? And the nurse goes over to the. Oh man, we're going into a long episode. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is sidetrack.
Let's go.
This is a great story. The nurse goes over, like, there's only one nurse in the ward, right? Because it's like, we're 2.5 hours in. We don't need the doctor, the midwives, or anything. Baby's not coming yet. It's 2.5 hours, right? Goes over, I'm just going to check, lifts up the blanket and goes, the head's out, and just starts freaking out, right? Because she doesn't know what to do, right? And she looks at me and she goes, can you, I'm like,
What?
I'm freaking out. Right? I'm freaking out. And she's just freaking out. And she goes, and she lifts up and then Audrey fell out.
Oh, wow.
And she goes, the baby's out. She grabs it, puts it in, on Jasmine's chest, and that was it. That was the birth.
You do realize that nurse is going to tell that story for the rest of her life.
Literally.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Here am I listening to this 2.5 hour labor. My first, like, it was like a what was it, like a 40 something hour labor or something. Yeah, yes. I'm like sitting over here on the other end of that spectrum, thinking that would be amazing. So wow.
Yeah, I think so. Flo, my firstborn, she was 14 hours, I think.
14. Yeah, okay. It's a long time.
Dude, 2.5 hours, crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But like Matt Parra's kids,
Yep.
like he's got 4 of them.
He's got a lot. Yeah.
And then like they kept like the first one was like that, like 14 hours, and then like
yeah, they usually get shorter over time.
And then the last one was a 15-minute labor.
Poor.
Born in the bathtub.
Oh,
Dude, what the heck is that?
That's like an accident. It's like, I gave birth.
Yeah, literally.
Sorry, I don't want to
Anyway,
diminish
I'm pretty
his
sure.
wife's pain,
It's been a long time since I heard that story, but
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he said it was like 15 minutes. But anyway, I
Wow.
have to double check that with Matt.
Okay.
Anyway.
So even
But yeah,
with
like-
short labors,
Like a
it
15-minute
was
labor,
still-
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's still painful.
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And it's the first part, like multiply your sorrows greatly. Like, what do you
Yep.
think that's talking about?
Well, everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
man.
like, everything. But I mean, even if we limited that to childbirth, that would be
Yeah.
plenty. But
Yeah, but it's not limited to childbirth,
No,
is it? Like,
but
anyway.
it's sorrows for everything.
Yeah, so anyway, every now and then I like think, my wife's in a bit of a bad mood. It's the curse.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I literally had this conversation earlier today.
moving on, because we're only 2 guys here.
Yeah, I was about to
and
say,
it's getting uncomfortable.
but that's what I was about to say. But I had this conversation with a woman, so like
right.
this doesn't feel like the same vibe. So
Right. Now, it says here, in pain you shall bring forth child. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Right?
how do you understand that passage? Because I've heard people interpret that 2 ways.
Well, this is the way I see it. Men, we want our wives to respect us,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's all we want,
Mm-hmm.
right? But our wives love us,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You said that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, dude, it's the curse. Of course, it's a bad thing. So from the curse, the way I see it is from the curse is like women are destined to struggle to respect their husbands, and men are destined to struggle to love their wives, right? We'll never love them how much they want to be loved, and they're never going to respect us the way we want, as much as we want to be respected, right? I think there's more to get from that when he talks to Adam, but that's sort of the way I see it. That this is why I was looking up Ephesians before, Ephesians 5.
Yeah. Just perhaps while you dig that up.
Yep.
That passage I've heard people where it talks specifically there. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. The desire for your husband. I've heard some people interpret that as being that women will naturally desire to support their husbands. I've also heard it the
Other way around.
the other way around, that women will naturally desire to usurp their husband's role. And yeah, I think
That's the way I see it. It's like before that, because if your wife naturally respects you, then you're not ruling over her, right? It's not like a arbitrary thing. That's not the right word, but it's not like a forced thing.
yeah.
It's a natural thing. She naturally wants to be led because she respects you so much, right? But if, in the case of just how humanity has been ever since, it's like the Bible's constantly reinforcing the husband is the head of the home. People keep forgetting this, right? Because the woman keeps going, no, rise up, right? Yeah, I see it. I see feminism as being a part of the curse. It's just like women are always going to want to rise
And if
up.
I can add texture to that, because I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we define feminism because, if we
people have a lot of different.
there's a lot of different
definitions
definitions here because I meant most people that I know would define feminism as simply just wanting the ability for women to be fairly treated and whatever. I'm like, sure, okay, cool,
Yep.
but
with that.
hey,
I'm for
yeah,
that.
we're all for
absolutely.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of crazy person would be against that.
But what you're talking about is
Women want to be men.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a different thing.
it's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so sorry. Oh, so did you want to?
I just lost my. I just. turned to a
You just
passage and
closed it.
closed it. Literally just.
It's like we just finished a sentence, so therefore I don't need this
Well,
anymore.
we're moving on. All right, I was in Ephesians 5. Yeah. Okay. So wives, submit to your own husbands, as the Lord, or as to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
For the husband is the head of the wife, as also Christ is the head of the church. Right. So he's reinforcing it because he has to reinforce it. He shouldn't have to reinforce it. This is how it should have been naturally. Right. Husbands, love your wives. Right. As Christ loves the church. Right.
Yeah.
Because Christ's love for the church comes naturally to him.
Yeah.
A husband's love for his wife is a difficult thing, right? Oh, man, I wish it was easy.
It's easy sometimes.
That's right. It is easy sometimes.
It's just not easy all the time.
That's right. And here's the thing is if I love my wife, she respects me.
Mm-hmm.
And if my wife respects me, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if we're good at this, then it happens. It meshes and it works, right? But as soon as one of us breaks, then the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah.
Because as soon as if I stop showing love towards my wife, she won't respect me.
Yeah.
And then the moment that she stops respecting me, I'm going to love her less.
Yeah.
And she's going to respect me less.
Vicious
and this
cycle.
is how marriages fall apart.
Yeah. It's the crazy cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the curse, dude. It's right here. It's the curse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. And I think, and people, this is a hot button thing, and we've said some things that, there are some people that are going to be really, really upset about. But at the end of the day, the thing that I think we forget is that the whole idea of being in leadership or at the head, in heaven's economy, that's the servant role.
Yeah.
Right?
Literally.
That's the servant role.
Yeah.
When it says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. And what did he
Gave
do?
his life for the church.
Gave his
Right.
life for the church.
And that's the husband's role.
And so
is
if
to
you're not
work-
self-sacrificially loving your wife, and there is no leadership going on, right?
Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
you should be the one that is sacrificing, and
Yep.
that's if you're following Jesus, that's what you're doing,
Yeah.
right? If you are expecting special treatment, like if you think leadership is sitting in the cushy chair at the head of the table and defining this is what my family's going to do, that's not what leadership looks like.
You have to make the hard decisions.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do we call it? Provide and protect?
Mm.
That's another word for serve.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not two words, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you mean.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Dude, why a woman would ever want to have our role? It doesn't make any sense to me, dude. They've got it so much easier. In my head, I'm like,
I don't think they have it easier, man.
well, if it wasn't for, the...
Yeah, I was going to say, would you
greatly
swap?
multiply your sorrows.
Okay, you want to swap jobs with Jasmine?
No, but I'm a man. But she wouldn't swap jobs with me either.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we should both want to have what we are. I say this to Sarah. Like, sometimes she's like, because, regular listeners of the show may know, like, my wife, Sarah, she's got some, like, long-term health challenges. And so, like, she goes, oh, man, I really wish I could, like, wash up and cook today. I just really, really want to. And, I'm like, well, I am doing that today. And I can guarantee you, I don't want to. She's like, it's like she's just one of these women that's encoded for family life. Like it's just hardwired for her. And so she just gets so much personal satisfaction from doing those things. And I'm like, nope. God did not give me these gifts.
I'm doing this because I have to.
Yes, I'm doing this because it needs to be done and because I love you and I love my kids. But like literally, there was a choice involved here. Like, I would gladly give you those mantles.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Anyway,
where are we up to? Verse.
it's a bit of a tricky thing to put yourself in. their shoes. But anyway.
Mm.
So 17 was it?
Yeah, okay. Then to Adam, he said, because you have heeded the voice of your wife and have eaten from the tree which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Peer pressure's bad, people. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return. Heavy.
Dude, it's all just like you're going to be working
Yeah.
for the rest of your life. Yeah.
You know, we missed mentioning something.
What's that?
The curse isn't all bad.
How so?
So, as a part of the curse, we got enmity
Right.
between the seed and the snake, right?
Yeah.
So we
yeah,
actually
that's
have
a
a
good point.
natural negative response towards sin.
Yep.
Even if we do it,
Yeah, it's morals.
we have a moral compass.
Yep.
And I think that
There you go.
you could say that's a result of the curse.
This is what I'm saying. There's always something else to unpack from this chapter, man. There's something else that I've never seen in this chapter. But yeah, that's a really good point. Moral compass. It's right there. Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's so cool.
So God, and so if that was helpful to
Dude,
us,
if he didn't give us that,
we'd be starved.
we'd be done.
Yeah.
Satan would win straight away.
But okay, so let's play this out a little bit further. Some of these other things, curses, are they all like universally bad for us, or is there other things in here that are buried that are good for us?
Well, here's the thing. This is what I was about to say. Before the curse, Satan was told to work and tend the field, tend the garden. Right?
Satan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Goodness sake. Adam.
Okay, good.
We have been doing this a while. Adam was told to take care of the garden, right?
Yes.
Work.
Mm.
All right? But now he's saying, no, the ground is cursed for your sake, right?
Yep.
There's thorns and thistles, and you're going to return to the dirt that you've worked your whole life in when you die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very poetic, but it's very brutal.
It's depressing.
It's hard, man. And I'm sitting here with my back is in agony right now
Mm.
because I've been working. I just finished a 40-hour week.
And it's only Thursday.
And because I work 10-hour days. And I'm just wrecked, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I feel it. I feel you, Adam. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But I wonder though. The working, with the working the land and weeds and thistles and the sweat of your brow. Like, okay, yes, none of that sounds like fun. But if life didn't change, if life remained easy for us, do you think that would have been a positive or a negative on our spiritual experience?
Oh, that would have been a negative. If we were sinful and lazy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that I think about sometimes, like, because we tend to have this thought that, wouldn't it be so good if we could live our life, laying in a hammock on the beach? We think that, but that's actually a really, really bad life.
Terrible.
It's terrible, right?
It's
We
the
want it.
worst.
I had this thing when I was young, and sometimes you internalize something that your parents say that is. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
No. I just came up with a great point, but you were in the middle one, so keep going.
Okay, so you know the way you internalize things your parents say in a way they didn't intend,
Yeah.
right? And I had this because my dad, I have respect like that is just oozing out of my ears. Like that was a really weird visual.
No, I get it.
Like I have so much respect for my dad.
Yep.
He worked so hard to provide for us, and even though he's retired, he's still working hard.
Yep.
And I have so much respect for that. And that did two things for me. One, that developed in me a high level of respect for hard work.
Yeah. I'm the same. Like, I feel like if I'm not working hard, I'm letting my father down.
Yeah.
Because he worked so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, but the other thing, the thing that I misinterpreted from my father is that, Dad always said, you're smart, you've got a brain, like don't get yourself into a place where you're relying on, like crushing your body for the sake of
Like me.
Yeah, like me, exactly, right? Like do something different.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like me.
Oh, like you
me,
personally. Yeah, right.
Dude, I would destroy my body in my trade.
Yeah, but the thing that I kind of internalized from that is that my body was something to be protected and not used.
Yep.
Right. And so, I would play and whatever, but like I would be very, very easy on my body in most cases, like especially when I was younger. And now I'm thinking, you know what, actually, like I would be healthier if I did more with my body, not less. That's actually like, sitting is the new smoking, right? Like, that's kind of the what science has told us at this point, but it's an unintentional side effect here. So the point that I'm getting at here in the text is God gave Adam this hard work to do for, I think, two reasons. One, it was healthy for him that he, to be actively physically engaged. Yeah. But secondly, I think that it kept him so busy that sin was less attractive. Like I again, don't know what it's like for you, but the likelihood of me finding something evil to do is very, very low when I'm doing very hard work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like I'm engaged in
absolutely.
doing this thing. No.
So, like, you ever heard the saying, I'm sure you have, but the saying, like, if you do something that you love, you never work a day in your life, right?
Yeah.
So before the fall, Adam was tending the garden and he was doing it for the love of the game, right? After, he's tending the fields and he's doing it for survival. And this is not the same thing.
No.
Right? And I think that is really the curse, is like, oh yeah, you're going to work to survive instead of work for fun.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other point that I was thinking of when you said something was like, oh yeah, you're talking about like laying in a hammock leisurely for your holiday. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go on a month of holiday. But it's not going to be leisurely, man. This is we're going to be like, this is going to be a serious, like, this is going to be an adventure, not a holiday, right? Like we're going to be driving, camping, four-wheel driving, hiking, exploring, navigating is going to be a big part of it, like finding our way around, you know. You got to make sure you don't run out of fuel. You got to make sure you don't run out of water. You don't make sure you don't run out of food. Like food, sorry, not feud.
Feud.
We don't want feud.
Don't feud. You're going with so many family members.
It's like if like that for me, that's holiday. Sitting around doing nothing is painful.
Yeah.
Right. It sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
my threshold for not working is about 3 weeks.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the end of the third week, I'm struggling before that if I had a choice. Like actually, I haven't tested this for a while. I haven't had a 3-week break in years. But like the last time I did that, we went to New South Wales for a family wedding, and we were like, oh, let's make a holiday out of it. You know, we won't just go down and straight back. Like we'll spend some time. We'll visit some family members, and yeah, we did that, and like we cut it short like by like 4 or 5 days because Sarah and I were looking at each other and we're like, we're done.
We're bored.
Yeah, we're just let's go home.
Yeah.
Let's just go home.
That was similar to my last trip to Tassie. Is we just went down there to hang out with people and sit around. We're like, oh, we'll spend 2 days, at their house and 2 days at their house, and then we'll drive up here and we'll go to the zoo. And it was awful. Right? Like we had a lot of fun. We made a lot of memories, but I couldn't have done it for much longer.
Yeah.
And this holiday, like I work on cars for a living, and I know that at least one of the 5 cars in our convoy at some stage in the 4 weeks that we're away is something's going to go wrong and I'm going to be fixing it.
Yeah, that's highly likely.
Very likely.
The tools.
If not many times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Anyway. Let's finish this off, hey?
Yeah. Or we could be here till tomorrow morning. So I don't know how long this episode is. Like,
we've
normally
sort of finished through what God is saying. So.
Yeah. Normally, I can actually see there's a counter that on the screen over there which tells me how long we've been recording. But I've put my laptop in such a place so I can't see it right now. So I have no idea how long this is.
Sure, it's fine.
Yeah, but it's fine. So. You know what? And I can't guarantee we're going to listen to any of you, but if you actually do want to give us a suggestion, like I don't care how long it is, like just go as long as you want with the episodes. Tell us that. If you're like, man, if you could keep it to an hour, that'd be good. Or, if we could have like half-hour episodes, we reserve the right to not do it. But if we know what the people like, then maybe we'll think about that. So tell us, tell us on socials.
We could do like a half hour one every now and then.
Yeah, we can throw it in there. Try to pick a topic that we think we can do that with.
Popcorn topics.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap this out.
We actually used to do that. We call them truth nuggets.
Truth nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What you did it on this podcast.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are we?
Verse 20. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Also for Adam and his wife, the Lord made tunics of skin and clothed them. All right, so here he goes. He goes, all right, nothing's ever died.
Yep.
Maybe there's a part of you that still thinks that sin doesn't lead to death.
Mm.
What's he do? He goes and kills something.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Kills something, makes skins,
Yeah. I'm
and then
assuming
makes them wear the dead animal. Oh, sorry. It was brutal.
Yeah. That makes it sound so
like more of a
weird.
punishment.
Yeah.
But it's true, dude.
Well, I
like, what are they? They're like, nothing's ever died, and
But
now
to
what
them-
are we going to do? We're going to wear the skins of an animal.
Yeah.
The first ever animal, the first ever death.
Yeah. When I read
It's pretty
this,
hardcore, really.
very. When I read this the first time, I don't remember reading it the first time, but you know what I mean? When I was young and I read this, I didn't necessarily draw the connection between the fact that there was a sacrifice and then they were given skins. I didn't connect the dots that they were the same. The thing that got sacrificed was the thing that they got clothed
Yep.
with, right? But I think that is beautiful because, as you look at the whole picture of Scripture, wow, picture of Scripture, that's a fun little thing. The idea that we have, you look at the sacrificial system in Exodus and Leviticus, and then obviously that's pointing towards Christ and
Yep.
what he would do, and we know that that's what this is pointing to here. And if we read elsewhere in Scripture, we're led to believe that this is a Christophany, right? So this is not God the Father speaking to them. This is Jesus
Yep.
speaking to them here in this context. And so this is Jesus taking the life of an animal that he created in order to teach his children that his life was going to be taken in order for them to survive.
In order for them to be clothed in righteousness.
Yeah.
Mm.
Crazy.
Yeah, wow.
That's
Everything just ties in, man.
oh,
The picture of Scripture is beautiful.
that'd be so traumatic though. Can you just imagine?
crazy.
Even
It's really hardcore.
yeah. Even now we have we understand death. We see it all
Yeah.
the time.
It's part of
But-
life for us.
Yeah, but if Jesus came down and it was like, here's a sheep, we're going to kill this sheep now for you. And then here are clothes made from that sheep. Like that, that's, that is the most raw way that you could possibly communicate, that this is this life is covering yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we talked about this in the when we did the first episode of God's Strategies.
Got strategies, yeah.
But according to Scripture, this is the first thing that ever died.
Yep.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Which it's just hardcore, man.
Mm-hmm.
Far out. Where do we go? Clothed them. Then the Lord God said, Behold, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now let us put out his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. What? Hang on.
Well, I wasn't watching. What verse are you in?
And eat and live forever.
Lest does he eat, is it?
Lest. That's what I missed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. I've never read this before. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm going to read that again because that might have been confusing.
Sure.
Then the Lord God said, Behold, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put out his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever, therefore the Lord sent him out of the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. So there's a tree of life in the Garden of Eden as well.
Yeah.
And if Adam had gone in and eaten of that tree, he would have lived forever.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to get some of that tree, man.
But it's only safe once the sin is out.
Yeah, that's right. Live forever in a sinful state would be
That would be hell.
that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, heck, they were living to 900, and it only took 1,000 years for God to go, all right, we need to destroy everything.
Yeah.
Like a long life as a sinner is just a recipe for evil. And then God said, we need to shorten these people's lives. This is getting out of hand.
Actually, that factors in so deeply into a book I just read.
Oh, yeah?
So, John Mark Comer?
Ooh, it rings a bell.
Yeah, okay. So he's
Probably don't know him. I heard his name.
He's a pastor, preacher, author, whatever. He wrote The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, if you've heard of that book.
I think you've told me about it.
Probably. I love this book, right? Because I'm a chronic hurrier.
Yep.
But he wrote another book called I'm gonna butcher it. It's something like the Following the Way or something like that.
Right.
Talking about spiritual disciplines.
Right.
And one of the things that he talks about in there is that we are all under he talks about spiritual formation, right? And it's got a bad rap from a lot of people, for various reasons. But he said, you got to clarify what we mean when we say it, right? What I'm meaning is every one of us, whether you like it or not, is experiencing some kind of formation. You don't have control over whether you have formation or not. You are in control over what you are being formed after.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And he uses this illustration or observation where he says, have you ever met, he said, you can look at young people, like you get a bunch of people together who are in their early 20s and you plot them on a curve as to, how good a person they are. And you'll probably find it's kind of your average bell curve kind of thing going on, right? There's a lot of people in the middle. That's where most of you people are. And you've got a few outliers where you've got psychopaths over here or whatever, but generally it's in the middle. Fast forward to the end of life. How many 80-year-olds do you know that are just kind of mid? They're not. They're either beautiful examples of like Christians he was talking about. They're either beautiful examples of Christianity who have yielded their hearts so fully to God that they're a blessing wherever they go, or they are people that hurt the hearts and souls of their family members and are bitter and twisted on the inside. There's very few in the middle of that, and that's because formation has occurred. They have chosen the life, and it's taken them 80 years to get there, but they've got to what they wanted. Right?
Yeah, wow.
And I was like...
That's fascinating.
Oh, when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's so true.
Yeah, very true.
I was just thinking about all the people that I know that fit into those categories. I'm like, that's so true, And I think that's why I trend... That's why I trend towards working with younger people now. I didn't when I was younger, but because they're still being formed.
Once you turn 25, you've basically set in your ways.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time you get to 80, you're locked into your ways.
Yeah.
There's no changing.
Yeah.
I mean, there is. I've seen.
And there's hope.
There's hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen old people come to Christ and be baptized and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not as common, right? It's really hard to.
Yes.
Have someone that locked in to change their ways. Yeah.
And so that just amplifies what we were just reading, right?
Yeah.
Like what you were just saying about the fact that, these people are living like 900 years and God's like, oh, can't have this, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of formation going on, right?
Yeah.
That's you get very comfortable with evil if you're in it that long.
So Noah must have been a really great guy.
Based on this model.
He must have been such a fantastic fellow.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Yeah, cool. Okay, so they get expelled from the garden. Last verse. You want to take it?
Sure. So he drove out the men. He placed cherubim at the east of the Garden of Eden, with a flaming sword which turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life.
There you have it.
What a mental picture
That's
that
the
is.
end. Yeah. So wait, the Garden of Eden was there up until the flood, with cherubim and guarding it.
So it would seem.
Right?
Yeah. So it would seem.
So it just reinforces the idea of like these people were not atheists. They knew who God was. They knew He was real. They knew He was good. Even.
Yeah.
They weren't in ignorance. They were in rebellion against Him.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very succinct way of putting it. Well done. So they weren't in ignorance. They were in rebellion. Yes.
Yeah.
And
like these days, most people are in ignorance. But like if you know that God is real and you stray away from Him, you've got no excuse. You're rebelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think that's why Satan is so evil, right? Because the better you know God and then depart from Him, like the the more responsible,
rebellious.
right? That's
Yeah.
the more rebellion that you
You
have.
got no excuse.
Yeah, it's
You have no excuse.
yeah, exactly.
You're just evil. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that
Yeah,
passage?
there's no demons that are atheists.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they know the truth, right?
That's right.
It's rebellion.
Believing in him doesn't do
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think this is interesting. Can you imagine? I imagine that it would have been some kind of tourist attraction, right? Like, you know, people would have bring their children back to that flaming sword. Like, can't go in there, but like, this is where we used to come from. You know, this is the thing. Tell
Yeah,
me
for
the
sure.
story, Grandpa Adam.
Everyone would have
Yeah.
known where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garden of Eden's over there. You can't get in.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they how much they tried, develop technologies to try.
Did they try to get in?
there. Yeah.
I don't know. See, this is the whole thing.
This is the whole thing. They never told us this story. Oh man,
The Bible uses
so much curiosity around what happened before the flood.
Yeah.
So much curiosity.
The Bible hints at how advanced a society that it was.
Yeah.
Did you see? I don't know if there's an easy explanation for this one. This could just be one of those things that you see. But I saw a newsreel. Oh, and I know we are living in the age of AI. So all of the caveats, I understand
So
that.
you're saying you don't know if this was real or not?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it's a thing. But it seemed real, right? Yeah. So, like, I have a fairly good AI meter. I can detect it fairly well,
you do,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, I work with it for a living. So, it was talking about a drill bit that was found in a coal seam.
Oh, I've seen this.
You've seen
This
this?
has been around for years.
Okay. So, is it a fast? Like, is it factual or is it not a thing?
I don't know.
So-
Every time I see it, I go in the comments and people are saying it's real, it's false.
Yeah,
who
okay, I
knows?
don't know. But what I'm meaning is, like, I don't know if that particular thing is real.
Yeah.
But I think that there's probably a lot of things.
Well, the further back you go in history,
Yeah.
the more advanced the technology seemed to be.
Yes. Have you seen this thing about under the pyramids? There's this whole structure.
It's a water table apparently.
So it's come out that it's just a water table.
I think it's something down
You reckon there's something down there? But this is my point. There's a lot of these unanswered things from history.
there.
And
You know what's crazy about the coils found under the pyramids?
what?
They go, we found these coils dug deep under the pyramids. And then the deniers will say, there can't be long coils dug kilometers under the pyramids because the Egyptians wouldn't have been able to do that. Well, guess what? That's something that we can do now, and we can't build the pyramids.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that. Like the stones above
Yeah.
the king's chamber that are however many meters above ground,
Yeah.
there's no way with our technology we could possibly ever do that.
Yeah.
So the Great Pyramid we couldn't build if we tried. And
There's
you're saying
something
that
going
they
on here.
couldn't have dug those holes? Something that we could easily do?
Yeah.
Come on.
There's some logical gaps here, right?
Right.
So okay, so we could go down this rabbit hole, but
Yeah, man.
I was gonna say-
I'm ready anyway.
maybe we do that one off air. But anyway, I think the point here is that there's a bunch that we don't know, but what the Bible does do, it prioritizes information for us.
Yep.
And the prioritization that takes place here is that we know that we sinned, or Adam and Eve sinned, which God set in place the curse for our protection in a lot of ways, and included a moral compass for us in that. And he solidified that by covering our shame, by sacrificing the very first animal that ever would be sacrificed, and showing that that's what he was going to do on our behalf to protect us. And then he ensured that we could not take part of the tree of life again on this side of the resolution of the sin problem, because then sin would be perpetuated. So God did everything. He left no stone unturned. He did everything possible to protect, resolve the situation.
Yeah. No, he did a good job.
He's God.
Yes. Did a fantastic job, as you would expect.
Yes.
Yeah, I love these chapters in early Genesis because it's like there's so much more said than what is written down. You know, it's like how much information can you pack into 24 verses?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. Like, Moses rushed through it, but he wrote it in a way that it really does tell you everything you need to know. It really says a lot in a really short amount of words.
Yeah.
So it's very impressive.
I can't wait to be able to sit down with with Adam or or God or an angel who was there and just sort of like, so just explain this to me.
Yeah,
like
dude,
what did
I need more.
What did I miss?
I need more, dude.
Yeah.
Give me more details. Yeah, anyway. Cool. That's it.
Oh, there we did it. So, look, just before we wrap this episode up, I just want to thank you guys for joining us because, ultimately we do
Dude,
this.
if you're still here, good on you, man. You guys are fantastic.
Yeah, if you're here, what should we go and put in the comments so we know who finished it?
I don't know. I'm too indecisive. 2 thumbs up.
Two thumbs up.
2 thumbs up in the comments if you made it to the end.
There we go. All right. I would love to see that because that would just make our day. If anyone did it,
congratulations.
Well, you are a super fan, and like we are. Table Tribe Awards go to you.
Yep.
So,
brownie points.
Speaking of the Table Tribe, so at the end of the day, I'm not Englishing because it's been a long episode. What we want at the end of the day is for you guys to be sitting around your tables and having these conversations. Yeah. And so if this is something that you are doing or you would like to do, we would love to hear about that. If you've got a small group that you regularly attend, take a selfie, send it to us because we'd love to share that. And if you haven't got that yet and you'd like to start but you don't know where to start, then send us a message. We'd love to give you some ideas of ways that you might be able to start a group of your own. And that could be in person around your dinner table. That could be in a park. That could be in Zoom, like on your computer. So, but whatever it is, make it a priority in your life to have a small spiritual community around you so you can grow together. So.
Yeah. And again, and everything that we've said, don't take our word for it. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
We're just a couple of Christians having a conversation. Get into the word, study it for yourself. If we have spoken heresy, find it out.
Yeah. And what we have experienced is if we speak heresy, you guys are very willing
good.
to tell us.
That's right. Yeah.
We
It's
appreciate
the great
it.
thing about Christians.
Yeah, I know. Right?
We love calling out a bit of heresy. All right, cool.
All right. Thank you. We will leave it there. We will see you guys next week. And until then, God bless.